Islam Morris. Well, since I then went in on Artemis, might as well show y'all how Artemis connect back to the Moorish Empire, all the way down to bloodline and name. So we'll do this. So once we open up, I already have a long litany of information to drop on you guys. And we can start here. So if you understand the symbology of this, be aware of what's going on here. Mother got the 2, 5 on the right, 1 on the left. So like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Isn't this why they call us monkeys? Could it be because we used to have pets that we would dress up and escort around the manor? Now she got the string. Yeah. So this is the real the hidden stuff that they try to, subjugate us with. So from here, we take it to this. This is one of the first images of so-called the Black Diana, which we looked at the other day. That meant it actually is the wife of Lucifer, as they wrote it, and it meant her name meant day, and also Diaz or dies, which is the darkness coming into the light. So as we see here, this is darkness coming into the light, representing the moon with her son. So go from there to this. It's another version. But something funny is that this is not a man. So we hear the patriarchal God, Father God concept, but this is the mother God, same cross, same Jesus or Yeshua, but the mother is present. The Vestial versions. So this one, I know y'all familiar with this one, but as you see, the pictures are starting to come more European in feature, modern European in feature. And from this, we subjugate to this. Okay. Now, why does everybody look guilty? Everybody on here look like, oh snap, get that camera out of here. But as you see, the European adaptation of our mother, she lost all her pigment. So from that, Morris, let's jump into hyperdrive, literally. Does anybody know about this? Artemis, humanity's return to the moon. Do y'all know about this? Symbology right here is supposed to be the Earth's crescent, right? This is really the bow of Artemis, and this A is the arrow, and it represents Apollo, right? And this red line symbolizes their trajectory from the Earth through the apex to the moon. Do you see the symbology, Morris? Could this be the mother's womb? Could this be the red trajectory of launch from, Earth to the mother's womb or the moon, right? See the moon with Mars behind it. Says, with the Artemis program, NASA will find the first woman and the next man on the moon by 2024. Okay. They'll land the first woman. See, now how you going to land the first woman, the next man? Okay, so they're trying to say the first woman ever go. So this is very, very funny, because when I break this down to y'all, y'all gonna be in tears. Like, using innovative technologies, innovation in Arabic is bida. That's when you bring in false representations of the original. So the innovative technologies to explore more or lunar surface than ever before, more of the lunar surface than ever before. We will collaborate with our commercial. Our commercial, so we already know it's a game going on. It's a break between the show, a commercial, and international partners and establish sustainable exploration. So doesn't sustainable exploration sound like sustainable development, right? 2030, Agenda 2030, right? 2028, ain't that something? I told y'all to watch out, Morris. This 2028 is 100 years after the prophet established the religious organization. Do understand, sustainable exploration is their way of saying sustainable development, cosmic level, 2028. Then we will use what we learn on our Then we will use what we learn on and around the moon to take our next giant leap, sending astronauts to Mars to war. So all this is going to be broken down when I show y'all the symbology behind it. So do not be illusioned by all the illusionary picturesque, like what is that? What is that? Okay, so we go. Oh yeah, and do remember that video where Obama said we're building the next Iron Man. Remember that? So look at this. Artemis 1, 2, the Artemis support mission, Artemis support mission, Artemis support mission, Artemis 3. Do you understand that this is their plan? Right? This is what they haven't done yet, but this is their plan to it. Lunar South Pole target sites, mission patches. So from here, I must take y'all into the phases of this. When I show y'all the symbology behind this, I'm telling you, let me see if there's anything else that what are you doing here? What are you doing here? They're all dependent on you. Jeez Louise. This is after. I got to break that down after. But we can set it there. And then I'll break this down. Artemis 1, right? First uncrewed integral flight test of NASA's Orion spacecraft. Okay? In the Space Launch System rocket launching from a modernized Kennedy spaceport. Understand, Morris? Do you understand? Look at how the Earth they're showing you. Look at the Earth they're showing you. Right? Look at all these these other lands that have been covered with ice. Right? All around our stretches and borders. Can you see that, Morris? Look at this. If these are in fact ice patches that used to exist, that means you could have crossed over from, and then look what we're looking at here. So South America is bigger than Africa. And America is way bigger than Europe, so-called Europe. And then America's Alaska, Al-Aqsa, actually connects to Hong Kong. Did you know? Juneau, Alaska Juneau, Juneau, connects to the tip. So we can cross right over to Asia, right? To Northwest Asia and to Northwest Asia. That's what I was trying to break down to y'all. They don't show us the heart map. This is a version of the heart map. Understand that this is part of America too, Australia. So if you put this with America, now we bigger than Asia and so-called Europe. And then now you see the Moorish Empire's so-called trajectory right up around through here. You got to follow through the west out. If you follow this way, that's European. That's a European concept. You got to go this way. So anyway, now do we jump out? Look at the symbology they're using. Isn't this the so-called infinity or the sideways 8 of the magician? Then we break down the 8 as a symbology that the European Christians use for their symbology. So I won't even break down all of what's in here because it's tons of information, as you see, right? I won't even break down. I'll just go to show you the next picture so we can just get a gist because this video is kind of crazy. Crude hybrid free return trajectory. See trajectory demonstrating crude flight and spacecraft systems performance beyond low space orbit. Leo, Morris. Low space orbit is Leo. Do you understand what's happening here? Orion, like how Mother Navi put me on, like she put me on. Orion's armpit is Bellatrix, but he holds down the Leo. or a representation of the Leo. It's a lion or like a pantheress next to him as he holds it down. So then to me, it read as man suppressing his carnal nature. But anyway, as you see again, same symbology of the earth, but this whole crazy eight symbology all over again. We already know what this represents. We know, two, and then we know what this represents, right? So let's get out of this. Now this blue earth, red rocket, and lunar silver. So red, white, and blue. Okay. A new identity for Artemis program to the moon. Skip some stuff. Okay, now I can break down the symbology behind it. Understand that this dimensions of they're telling you to download the space identity or the program identity, right? You download this actual picture, which is really a code. Look at this. I'll do it from right here. 400, right? What do you think of when you think of 400? 400 years from a Bible story, right? What do you think of when you think of 2560, aka 2 plus 5 is 7, and then 7 plus 6 is 13? What do you think of when you think of the number 13? 13 tribes, right? 13 lost tribes, 13 colonies, right? Then 13 by 1440. Okay, what does that mean? 13 had to get it right by 1440, or what? The Artemis mark of full color. Meaning they will perpetuate themselves into the mark of the beast, full color, right? We can't follow that. Morris, the 7th, it was done on July 4th. We can't follow this, understand? So I go from that symbology to, okay, now this part gonna crack y'all up. Now I'll go on this first. So understand this is all coded. This is all coded, Morris. So if we don't understand symbology, they give you the way to read it anyway. So like they're they're not even letting you like they're not even giving you an excuse at this point. They're showing you the answer. So you can't say, oh, we didn't know. They read it out for you. Watch this. Tip of the A. The tip of the A of Artemis's point beyond the moon, or the tip of the A of Artemis points beyond the moon and signifies our efforts at the moon are not the conclusion, but rather the preparation for all that lies beyond. So this trajectory right through the mother, beyond the moon, right? See? Blue Earth crescent. The crescent shows the mission from our audience's perspective. Audience perspective. See, they're talking like it's a theater show. We're going to tie it in, Morris. Watch this. From Earth we go, back to Earth. All we learn and develop will return. This crescent also visualizes Artemis's bow as the source from which all energy and effort is sent. So see, the bow or the blue crescent. Who ever heard of a blue crescent, more? Who ever heard? But I heard of a story of Noble Drew Ali revealing the blue ethers to somebody. Come on, Morris, this is crazy. Moon. The moon is our next destination and a stepping stone for Mars. It is the focus of all Artemis efforts. This is crazy, yo. Red trajectory. There we go. The red trajectory moves from left to right, right? Cause and effect. Rhythm to two polarized points, right? Left to right through the crossbar of A. Oh, man, Morris, that's upside down. V of A, opposite that of Apollo. Morris, that's crazy. Thus, highlights the distinct differences in our return to the moon. The trajectory is red to symbolize our path to Mars. So what they're trying to say is that game over. The only way for them to survive and get onto the beyond, what lies beyond, is for them to get behind the mother and get back into the mother. They just letting it be known right now. So we go down to A. The A symbolizes the arrowhead from Artemis's quiver and represents launch. So they're saying the A represents the phallus and the arrowhead of Artemis. So So if you put the V into this, you get a 6-pointed star. Right? Artemis. Also, so Artemis, hold on, what is this? Artemis program patch. So this is the badge, right? The data made for it. But this badge is actually a diamond or a pentagon, a star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a star, Morris. Understand? So you got the 6-pointed star with the arrowhead in representation of the launch, right? And then the 5-pointed star. So Artemis, and then it's upside down, right? It's upside down like Baphomet head, right? So Artemis program patch. The overall shape is symbolic of an arrowhead, but it's not because it's a symbol of it. The silver background is drawn from Greek mythology where Artemis's bow and arrows are silver. Moors understand the war that they're trying to put in front of our face. The new diamond, the new star, the new patch is going to be silver. Understand that. The new thing is going to be silver. Just like how Artemis had silver bows, Khalifa had golden spears and bows. So understand how these cosmic stories and these stories of history of our ancient foremothers is tying us back to what we need to do with our energy, aka what we need to tie our energy back to, which is real material, like silver. Okay, silver and blue. Woman on the Moon. A portrait of the Greek goddess Artemis is illustrated in the highlights and shadows of the crescent moon topography. Her features are abstract enough that all women can see themselves in her. Now, Morris, what does that look like to you? Look at the face. Look at the hairline. What does this look like to you, Morris? Look at her. That look like a Moabite? They saying all women can see themselves in the Moabite. Do you see what's happening here? Blue blood, right? We'll get to it. We are going. I just know they are. Now watch what I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna destroy their whole little joint right here. Destroy the project. You know who this is? This is Rodney Grubbs, right? Holding the camera. Let's do some understanding about who this is. He's supposed to be the doing the documentaries for NASA and doing all the filming for NASA, right? Watch this. It says, senior administrators in the agency are trusting me to go out and do the right thing with the taxpayers' money. So he's using your money. Look at how many pictures he took more. 1-4, right? 140,000. So understand that's symbolic as well. And let's get to the point and craft this thing the best way. So we get down to here. My sense of humor I use to bridge relationships and put people at ease. I tend to dream up the future and try to sell everybody on it. So I have to have a lot of different ways of doing that. So I have a lot of different ways of doing that. A sense of humor and ability to relate to people so they understand what you're talking about is indispensable. So let's talk about what this guy has also put himself into. We look at this, the passion of your project. After the Civil War, he became the first African-American Congress from South Carolina. Talking about the story of Robert Smalls. So, let's just read the whole thing. I co-wrote a script that tried to parlay contracts in the film industry to get it made. It's the story of Robert Smalls, a slave from South Carolina who stole a ship from the Confederates and handed it over to the Union, which made him its captain, Morris. After the Civil War, he became the first African-American congressman from South Carolina. It's a great story and can't believe it hasn't been made into a feature film yet. Whether I'm involved or not, I hope the story makes the big screen someday. So his whole thing is to put the Moors on, into the movies, but watch what they got him to do instead. Think we skipped it. We can go back. Not to, here it is right here. I had I also had fun being an advisor on the film Apollo 13. I got to be on the set and help with questions and issues about the cameras that were used. So he filmed Apollo 13, but he also has a sense of humor to sell people on his future dreams or dreams of the future, right? That's who is filming this whole thing. Look at the pictures behind him. How do we not know they were used for movies? Apollo 13, full cast and crew. We go to the bottom. Thanks to Rodney Grubbs. There you go. Boom. Yep, take the picture out because you don't want to be seen. We already seen him. We already seen you. So let's get into the main point of what we need to be doing if they're going to be symbolically, miscegenation promoting. Okay, we need to learn about the Constitution of the Iroquois Indians, right? So this section is called Clans and Continuity, right? You just go to this joint and Harvard EDU. But I probably put this in the link in the description. But clans and continuity, you go to this. So it says 42, right? Like 42 confessions of Ma'at, right? Among the 5 nations, like we got 5 tribes, or we got 5 titles, or we got 5 principles, in their posterity, there shall be the following original clans: the great name bearer. Oh, so there's somebody who gives the great names. Oh, the ancient name bearer. Oh, so there's somebody that arrives before the great one. Oh, okay, all right. Let's see how this works. The great bear. Wait a minute. There's a great bear? The ancient bear. There's a bear before the great bear. The ancient bear. Okay. Mm-hmm. Turtle, painted turtle, standing rock, large plover, deer or day, pigeon hawk, eel or owl, ball, opposite side of the hand. The black hand side, as we used to call it when we were asleep. And wild potatoes. So these are the clans to distribute through their respective nations, shall be the sole owners and holders of the soil of the country, and in them is vested as a birthright. Okay, so we got that clear. Understand this, Morris. 5 people of the 5 nations of certain clans shall be recognized, shall recognize other members of that clan, irrespective of the nation, as relatives. Men and women, therefore, members of the same clan, are forbidden to marry, Morris. You can't marry. You ain't supposed to be doing that. You ain't supposed to be doing that. Lineal descent of the people of the 5 nations shall run in a female line. That sounds familiar. Women shall be considered the progenitors of the nation. The nation progenitor women. Oh, that sounds so familiar. They shall own the land and the soil. Men and women shall follow the statuses of the mother. There it go. The women heirs of the confederated lordship title shall be called Royane. Royane, not Rebecca. Royane, meaning noble. They took Royane and turned it to Royale. So Royane, for all time to come. Not later, not some time to come, not for just a couple minutes, not for 1,000 years, for all time to come, okay? The women of the 48, now 50 Royane families shall be the heirs of the authorized names for all time to come. Don't this sound familiar, Morris? It used to be 48, now 50 stars on the darn banner, but it's really Royane families, that are heirs and authorized names from the women, okay? When an infant of the 5 nations is given an authorized name at the Midwinter Festival or at Ripe Corn Festival, one of the cousinhood of which the infant is a member shall be appointed a speaker. Then he shall then announce to the opposite cousinhood the names of the father and the mother of the child together with the clan of the mother. Don't that sound like a proclamation and declaration to the people, your people, right? Then the speaker shall announce, right, to call out like a pronunciate, right, proclamation, right, shall announce the child's name twice. Understand the symbology. The uncle of the higher self and lower self for the symbology. The uncle of the child shall take the child in his arms, and walking up and down the room shall sing, my head is firm, I am of the confederacy, the union, the people, the family. As he sings, the opposite childhood shall respond in chanting, hey na, hey na, hey na, hey na, right? Hey na, hey na, hey na, right? Until the song is ended. My head is firm, talking about Aries. I am of the confederacy, talking about the people and the nation, talking about the empire. So, and this, don't get confused with when the Europeans came here and start using this as their stuff. No, this is our stuff first. Please do understand that. What else was symbolic in this? Oh, this is also the uncle walking with the child. This is Tahuti, or in what was that, Rafiki from the Lion King walking up and down with Simba, or Haru when you deal with the Egyptian shit. So this comes from us is the point of it. 47. Now this part is important, Morris, because this is happening a lot. If the female heirs of the Confederate Lord's title become extinct, the title shall be given to the Lords of the Confederacy. That's us, not them. Do know that. To the sister's family, whom they shall elect, and that family shall hold the name and transmit to their female heirs, because it all goes from the mother bloodline. So the females of that family have to have it. So all these people talking about temple and all that, and the mother not there, they violating all types of code. That's why Noble Drew had the woman in front, because that's what it's about. He knew this. But they shall not appoint any of their sons as candidate for a title until all eligible men of the former family shall have died or otherwise have become ineligible. When Noble Drew Ali came, everybody was either dead or ineligible to return it back to how he returned it. So he had to be the one chosen by the mother. 48. If all the heirs of a lordship title become extinct in all the families in the clan, then the title shall be given to the lords of the Confederacy, to the family and the sister clan whom they shall elect. So it has to go to some women. So even if we all die off, it can still be authorized names for all time to come, right? It had to stay so we can get our stuff back. So right now, us claiming our 5 names, it's tying us right back to this without a shadow of a doubt, because we are our ancestors. It can't break. So it's 50. This is another. It gets crazy. The Rone women of the Confederacy, heirs of the lordship title, shall elect 2 women of the family as cooks for the Lord when the people shall assemble at his house for business or other purposes. This is what became so-called slavery. They were just doing business at the Lord house and with the woman cooking for him. They turned that into, he owned the women. But why? Because they were marrying the lords, and you're not supposed to marry. Oh, but I love him. He believes a little different. He's Christian, and I love him. It's heart chakra all open. Forgot all about your mother, though. So let's go. It is no good nor honorable for a Confederate lord to allow his people whom he has called to go hungry. Stupids. So all this stuff about the nation taking care of the people and all that, if them nations is letting you starve, they're not your nation. It's not your Confederate lord, and it's not honorable. So they're in dishonor. And they're not Confederate lords. Let's get that squared away. When a lord holds a conference in his home, his wife, if she wishes, may prepare the food for the Union lords who assemble with him. This is an honorable right which she may exercise, right, as an expression of her esteem. So she's cooking to show you how dope she is, and she don't even have to do it. Morris? 52. That's 7. The Rone women, heirs of the lordship titles, shall, should it be necessary, correct and admonish the holders of their titles. Correct, name correction, admonish the ones who are bastardizing it, holders of their titles. Those who attend the council may do this, and those who do not shall not object to what has been done, nor strive to undo the action. So when y'all Moors ain't being stand-up guys and all that stuff, you can't come around and try to, talk about what's going on and interject your motion. You haven't been there, right? You haven't been there to even to say anything. So you have no subject. You have to object. You're the subject of this. You have no object supports. Okay. Objects to to what has been said or done in the action. So 53. When the Rone women holders of the lordship title select one of their sons as a candidate, they shall select one who is trustworthy, of good character, honest disposition, one who manages his own affairs, supports his own family, if any, and who has proven a faithful man to his nation. So you can't become like no Ali, no prophet, unless you have all these things. When the lordship title becomes vacant through death or other cause, the Rone women of the clan in which the title is hereditary shall hold a council and shall choose from among their sons to fill the office made vacant. Such a candidate shall not be the father of any Confederate lord. Can't be. No, you got to be chosen pure. If the choice is unanimous, the name is referred to the men, relatives of the clan. If they should disapprove it, if they shall disapprove, it shall be their duty to select a candidate from among their own number. If then the men and women are unable to decide of which two candidates shall be named, the matter shall then be referred to the Confederate lords of the clan. They shall decide which candidate shall be named, and if the men and women agree to a candidate and his name shall be referred to the sister clans for confirmation. So if the sister clans confirm the choice, they shall refer their action to the Confederate lords who shall ratify. So if you see what's going on here, we do everything before it even gets to the higher ups. That happens through the people first. So then everybody is the so-called elected and all that. They get to handle it after we purge through it, right? Watch this, Morris. If any of the Rone women, heirs of the titleship, shall willfully withhold a lordship or other title and refuse to bestow it, or if such heirs abandon, forsake, or despise their heritage, right? Then such women, be deemed buried and their family extinct. The titleship shall then revert to a sister family or a clan upon application and complaint. So you got to complain back for your shit. The lord of the confederacy shall elect the family or clan which shall be in the future hold the title. More, you'll get your stuff took and put to another person who could do it better. These people don't want to be who they are. What? If any of the Rone women, heirs of the titleship, shall willfully withhold a lordship or other title and refuse to bestow it. I don't want to be Bay. I don't want to be who said that we was that. Or if such heirs abandon, forsake, or despise their heritage. Man, this Moor shit don't work. I ain't fucking with no Moors. Then shall such women be deemed buried and their family extinct. You just killed your mother, bro. You just killed your mother and put everybody in your family under the damn stairs. Let that sit. All right. So let's return. Then the great bear, the ancient bear. Let's do that real quick. The Greek bear, which Greek is great, but the bear goddess, right? Artemis. Typical illustration of Artemis, Greek goddess of the hunt, depicts her either hunting a dog or a stag. However, one of Artemis's most sacred animals was the bear. Artemis had domain over the forest and all wildlife within it. The bear was the largest, most powerful animal, and so Artemis found it to be a special animal. Anytime a bear was killed by the Greeks, Artemis would lay a plague on the people as punishment. Get it? What? Don't be caught up by this Greek. I just showed you how Greek looked with the NASA picture. Artemis is called Artemis's not even called Artemis's nationhood spread over Greece. In Braun, young girls played she-bears in honor of Artemis and as preparation for motherhood. They wore bear masks and acted wildly in worship of her. Artemis's name is theorized to have meant bear sanctuary. What? Artemis. Wow. So art mean bear. If we are to break it down, art is close to ark, which means bear. Ooh. Ooh. So art means ark and bear. Okay, Morris. So now we understand how deep it means that the mother is the boat of these Moors and moored us to the planet, right? Through the art of the art. So her body is based off a geometrical artwork. But when you look at what her body is, it's the sunboat. It's the ark that bears the children, that bears the children. So the great and ancient bear. Now we know the ancient bear. I'm gonna show y'all the great bear after this. But in Temis is close to Temnis, which means sanctuary. Temnis, sanctuary, bear sanctuary. We will see in the next section how another goddess name reflects this etymology. So understand the bear sanctuary is talking about the cosmos, Ursa Major, Callisto. Sorry, I'm thinking about damn Spain. Callisto. Another close associate to Artemis in the tale of Artemis followed, named Callisto, was a nymph, demigod, nature spirit, Zeus impregnated. Okay, here we go to subjugation. He turned her into a bear. That's all I want to get to. Here we go. The constellations Ursa Major and Ursa Minor, known to the Greeks as Arctos, bear, are said to have souls remnant of Callisto and her son, and were placed into the sky by, no, it wasn't Zeus himself. No, it was not. No man doing none of that. Archeo, forgotten Celtic bear goddess. So this goes all the way back to the Celtic Gauls. It was over there in the Iberian. You could look up Iberian Celtics, Celtiberians. So Switzerland, Swiss. It's funny how the Swiss. Oh yeah, it's later, dog. So yeah, we might as well read this. This is crazy. A few pieces of evidence we have her cults existed were found in Switzerland and southern Germany. Yo, I'm gonna just keep it there. Remember Switzerland, yo. Malachi, Finnish bear goddess. So Maliki even going to it. So remembering the Switzerland. Remember Switzerland, guys. All right, so you seen who the now go to Mami Wata. And we deal with mother goddess of the ancient world. So you got the African Artemis of Ephesus, right? Got the turban on, right? African Artemis got a tall turban on. But Artemis Diana, Black Diana, okay, turbaned up still. I mean, fezzed up still. Right here, they put a chest piece on the mother's head, right? Black Diana, Turkey. Remember Turkey, Moors. Remember Turkey and Switzerland, right? And then the Angelicized, they put the castles on top of her head. So it's still the lands. So guess who? So this is the ancient bear. Guess who the great bear is? La Mahoma de Bear. See the turban? Ritual. Look at the mother right here, Morris. Look at the mother right here. So this is symbolic. Look at the mother right here that we just seen in the picture, right? The darkness coming into the light. And then look at her son, Muhammad the bear. So you got the ancient bear and the great bear. I got a bite off Bobby Hemming. Y'all all right? Y'all all right? I know y'all wobbly. Crescent moon ritual, Morris. Look at how he looked. People having a damn parade. Look at how he looked. The bear. Look at the damn sleeping moon. His mother under the damn. They put his mother under the damn castle. Wicked witch. Look at all these people. Our rituals, man. Oh my God, this stuff make me turned up, bro. When I watch this, these people is walking around in our damn ancestors' stuff. Y'all don't want to be Moors. We not Moors though. Look at this. Look at this, man. Hot. I can't watch this. I can't watch this, bro. Y'all subjugated. Y'all go watch it. I can't watch our damn ancestors get made fun of, right? So we got Switzerland, we got turkeys, and we got La Mahoma the bear. So boom. Let's get into Encyclopedia of Greater Philadelphia. That's the wrong name for it. We would deal with the Treaty of Shackamaxon, right? The Treaty of Shackamaxon. The Shake of a Maxon is Tanneman. We would deal. The Treaty of Shackamaxon, otherwise known as William Penn's Treaty. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. With the Indians, or Great Treaty, is Pennsylvania's most long-standing historical tradition, a counterpart to the foundation stories of Virginia, Morris. Pocahontas and stuff. It wouldn't be no Pocahontas in Virginia, slavery and all that stuff if this didn't happen. It started here, right? In New England, first Thanksgiving. See, now we talking about this whole 13 colonies. This is what had to happen first, Great Treaty. According to the tradition, soon after William Penn arrived, so you got 1718, arrived in Pennsylvania in 1682. 100 years after this, Morris, 105 years after this treaty, he met with Lenape Indians. Now, you already know what it is, Morris. Now, I'm going to get out of this right after I get some point proven to y'all. Majestic Elm, they exchanged promises of perpetual friendship, right? And tradition was well known. Shackamaxon, the actual treaty of Shackamaxon. Oh, details and very occurrences have been debated. So now they don't, as a term of tradition indicates, this event is not recorded in original primary source documents. It's not recorded in the primary source documents, right? They said it's not. It's not recorded, right? What's this? What is this? You see that? Say right there. Great Treaty under the elm tree, 1682, right? The belt of wampum delivered to the Indians by the Indians to William Penn. The Great Treaty, right? This is it right here. Presented John Penn Esquire of England, right? This is it. So why would they say it's no primary sources? It's debated. Well, see, they was playing around. So what were they playing around with? Get out of here. They were playing around with the Shackamaxon or Shackamaxon, right? To mean to make a chief or king place. Shackamaxon, right? To make a chief or king place. That's why I was telling you, that name means Sheikh of a Mexican, the chief of the king place. Not to make this the chief of the king place, literally. Called Shackamaxon by the English, Dutch, and Swedes. Remember the Swedes? So I said, remember them, because they came over here first with them. They came. So all that stuff later with the Swedish stuff and the symbology from the ancient artifices of the mothers and the bear, they came here. It was where the Lenni crowned many family Sakima chiefs and their three clan Kita Kima, or big clan chiefs, or Lenape nations. Others have interpreted the name to mean the place of the Eels. Eels more. Remember that was the title?
Yeah, have you seen a Beyblade?
No.
I got a Beyblade.
Oh, that's great. A Beyblade, huh?
Yes.
Oh, that's fun. It's called Beyblade.
Have you seen like a gold red Beyblade?
Gold and red Beyblade? Nope.
Achilles.
Nope. Achilles heel. That's dealing with some That's dealing with Aquarius. No, I ain't seen it, guys.
Well, you hear it?
I hear it. Why would I hear it? The Beyblade just talks? It goes on.
I hear it roaring.
Why would it just roll out of nowhere? Somebody got to start it up, don't they?
Drop it.
Oh, why would they? Nobody was up here playing would want to drop one. That's what I'm saying. It's like just us. Now, Morris, understand I'm doing a research of the place of the Eels, right? And then my young boy just walk in looking for a Beyblade, a scimitar for the bays, is how it would read back in the day. So we know this is the place of the Eels. I'm not going to go all through this. You already know the gist of what that is. Let's get into some juicy stuff. Oh, did y'all know that Philly was called Coaquanac? Coaquanac, grove of tall pines, and as first seen by the white men. We know who real white men is, but this is all caps, so it can't be talking about the true white men. With Indian villages, aboriginal names of localities, and all. Yeah, see, this is subjugation, but we will dive into the truth of it as we look. Don't you see that this is the place of the Eels, Shackamaxon? Oh, no, y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see it. I got to get y'all a picture where it's right in y'all face. Place of the Eels. No, y'all don't see it. So this is the same stuff, more serpent. So this is around West Philly. the graveyard around West Philly and whatnot. Gerard, the Reef. Well, just drove by this the other day. Year 5 up. What's that? Yeah, 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Right, 5 on the left, 2 on the right. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Indian statue. That's a Moorish statue, by the way, because he would have the 5 on the left, 2 on the right, right? Where do we get? Where do we get? Yeah, it's the whole city, Morris. This is there. East Pass Young. This is in South Philly, right on South Philly, where somebody can't go back to no more. Ha! Oh, so I'm about to put a video out that I did about this. The Irish coming, because they became the Zouave soldiers to help us rumble. So yeah, this stuff's Walnut. Yeah, it's the actual street. We go. And we get to this. Shackamaxon, the place of the Eels. Right in your face, so you can't hide from it, is right there. The L's. Understand this. The leopard with the harmless kid laid down, and not one savage beast was seen to frown. This is the kid. This is a child. That's the kid. The leopard and the kid, the harmless kid, lay down. See, this should be, everybody should be smacked by this junk. The wolf did with the lambskin down with the peace and clairvoyance. So this is symbolic of, look, see, they doing the deal over here in war with the nature. How does that work? Fine, with the fangs down. So when the great Penn and his famous treaty was made with the Indian chiefs beneath the elm tree shade. So understand Elm Street, that whole Freddy Krueger burnt up guy with the red and green sweater. Another more story. He had the Beyblades for fingers, right? So keep going. Tanneman. Did y'all peep? Tanneman. William Penn. Tanneman. William Penn. So this is amnesty. For his own amnesty, William Penn received the statue. So they sent William Penn a version of statue of this statue. They gave him one for amnesty. So friendship, so commerce and amnesty, aka friendship, aka sarakatu, right? The placement of his outstretched hand is the butt of many jokes here in Philly. Look at this. Look at this. What is going on? Right? What a shame. His friend Jester is mirrored in the statue of Tanneman, his friendly Jester. So we got amnesty, friendly, right? The handshake across Old City, Morris. Stuff is Morris before. That's what I'm saying. It started here, Morris. It started here when they started to try to subjugate the sons of liberty and Allah, right? They made this man a saint because of what they did. We'll get to it. Treaty Park, but actually he's pointing in the direction of his sister statue in Penn Treaty Park. Or that damn Mason building I showed y'all. He could be pointing to that too. Site of the great treaty where so many promises were made and probably broken. Look at these leopard skin. So we had leopards here. If y'all didn't peep that, as long as the creeks and river run. So it actually says that on the plaque because that's how long it lasts, forever. That's it. So get to some more stuff. Just them tearing up where we were robbed. More, God, damn man, where we were robbed. Shackamaxon. This is where we were robbed, Morris. See the animal. I want you to see. They're gonna show the type of animals you got here. The beaver, right? Oh, look at this. I don't know how many. This complex is something because it's like, why would it be shaped like that? Delaware River, Fort Mifflin, High Points. So I'm gonna get to the point. Okay, now understand this Cobbs Creek is right around my neighborhood. This is right down the street from where I live. They call this the Larchwood Projects, right? Land of wild turkeys. I say, remember the turkeys, right? Weird outposts of Eastwood. That's where my neighborhood, right? Wild turks. I posted a picture earlier where I had the turks. And look at this, more. Spent a long time rocky bed with the Catfish Creek. We had catfish too. Dusty ponies. She cleaning the pony. What flag is this, I wonder? So yeah, Catfish Creeks. What else we had out here? We had the owl. So there go the L more. How the owl wasn't in the Shackamaxon. I mean the guy in the Shagwa Treaty. That's because the owl was exclusive to you know where. You know where more. He got a mouse in his foot, right? This is it. The deer, the day. See there you go. Lene Lenape, right? Is European traveling around our damn nation to show us what we don't know yet. To honking, right? To Coney. This is where all these words come from. Quesesamonic, right? Quesenamonic. Sina means China. Quesenamonic. Little Tacony, where we were frightened. They scared us. Because we ain't never seen nobody come off the damn water before. We thought it was ghosts. The slow flowing Bear Fat Creek. So there you go. Bear Fat Creek. What? Where we were frightened. So place place where we were frightened. The name whose meaning is lost to the past. It originally ran from the north just below to a wide spring of Pemikpaka. And of course has been sunken and corrected. That's crazy. So we keep going. The favorite spot for planting. So this is where we, got it in at. But watch this. There was once wing hacking. Well, they turned that to wicker hawking. But known as the favorite place for planting. It was once known. What happened to it? Traffic zooming. Yeah, okay. No. It's been sunk too. So this shit sunk, dog. And how did they sink all our stuff? Whitetail deer. The only place left to find it is here. The Germantown East neighborhood, or East Germantown neighborhood at Broadterm. Oh man, this is crazy. So we keep going. Great place for the grounds. You see the more hunting. Is the hunting grounds. Manioc and Schuylkill. So the place where we go to drink the waters, man. So this is what I'm saying. This stuff was always here, but they act like it's something new. They didn't go here though. They didn't go here. Nittabakanak, right? The place of the warrior. That's why they didn't come up here. Because they ain't want to see how the establishment look. They was in a fort, a hut. Then they land right here to get their agriculture. Everything was right there. You didn't have to go nowhere. There we go. Black bear. It's not the only thing that disappeared from this map. Where are bears at, bro? No more black bears. The bear sightings happen on the other side of the river of Jersey, right? Oh, wolf walk. We had wolves too. What else we have? Eels, wolf walks. Yeah, you go to wolf. Coyotes. We had coyotes too. We got the coyotes going on. Deer, of course. The frogs going on. Tadpoles. See all the tadpoles. There you go. And the little frogs going on. We got the serpents more. What? And this is a dead. What is this? Consume some of the remains. So I don't know what that is. That looks something. Some pattern I can't recognize. Probably, I don't know what that was. But it's all here. And you see us doing our thing. Well, the subjugation version, drawn picture version of us with no clothes on for no reason. The only reason I'm going to have no clothes on is if I'm at home. Oops. So, all right, we out of here. Let's talk about the Delaware Code so we could even know what these people was even called. when they met the Lenape tribe of Delaware, right? In so-called Pennsylvania, though, right? Look at this. Moors of Kent County, Clark Kent County, right? Kyle L. Clark Kent, Moors, right? The tribe was formerly known as the Moors, right? Decades of the 20th century. State documents show the M on a driver's license. Let's get it. So we get out of here, and this is the deeper part, Moors. 7-7, agriculture. So in agriculture, we should learn about, agricultural stuff, right? Well, right here it says insecticides and environmental pesticide control. So things that kill off the nature. Insecticides, environmental pesticide control. Let's see what the pesticides is dealing with, right? Pesticide definitions, right? Active ingredient. Okay, so they talk about plant regulators, defoliant, right? Dissectant, right? Nitrogen neutral stabilizer, sorry, administrator. Now we got right here, animal. The term animal means all vertebrate and invertebrate species, including but not limited to man and other mammals, birds, fish, and shellfish. Let's read that again. The term animal means all vertebrate and invertebrate species, including but not limited to a man or other mammals. So they remember when we was dealing with Carl Linnaeus, and he called the mammalia characteristics of man, right? Right here, they say the term animal means all vertebrate and invertebrate species, including but not limited to man. So you're regarded as an animal based on their United States codes, right? You're not human. So what do you have to do to become human to them? There's mother bloodlines that we just ran through. There's all type of stuff we just ran through where you could be human. But, they got you listed as not human. The administrators got you listed as non-human. Environmental Protection Agency, right? There you go, right there. You thought that they had you as a subject? No, you're an animal. So how are you going to get that rectified? And look what they got coming up for the so-called animals. HR, and they hide the number because they want you to study. They know you're not, so they blank the number out. But it's HR 6321. To provide financial protections and assistance for American consumers, states, businesses, and vulnerable populations during the COVID-19 emergency to recover from the emergency. So we skip. What is all that stuff? Acts and all that. We skip. And we get down to something that shocks the nerve. Severity or severability, right? It starts on 7. Okay. So if any of the provisions of this act or application of such provision to any person or such circumstance is held to be unconstitutional, the remainder of this act and the application of the provisions of this act to any person or shall not be affected thereby. If it's unconstitutional, Moors, severability. If this shit unconstitutional, don't even worry about it. What are we about to read? Title 1 from 7, right? Title 1, protecting consumers. I'm already about to scream, it ain't right. Renters, homeowners, and people experiencing homelessness. I'm about to scream it's unconstitutional. Direct stimulus payments for families. This is all caps. Unconstitutional. Digital dollar. The term digital dollar shall mean balance the expense of a dollar value consistent of a digital lender. Unconstitutional. That's unconstitutional. Entries that are recorded as liabilities. Oh, that's unconstitutional, Judge. They saying that they're giving us a surplus, but it's a liability. Unconstitutional. For any Federal Reserve Bank. Unconstitutional, Judge. The Federal Reserve Bank. What about the Treasury? Unconstitutional. An electronic unit of value redeemable by an eligible financial institution as determined by the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. What more? I thought they're not government. How they got governors if they're not government? The board game of governors? Oh, y'all better get right. Digital wallet. Uh-oh. Digital wallet going on. What's that? Term digital dollar wallet shall mean a digital wallet or account maintained by a Federal Reserve Bank on behalf of any person. Legal representation, unconstitutional legal representation. that represents holdings in an electronic device or service that is used to store digital dollars that it may be tied to a digital or physical identity. Unconstitutional. They about to make y'all really the wallets. Digital wallet is about to mean digital or physical. Morris, you please. 16, 7, please pay attention. They're trying to shut y'all down. Member bank. The term member bank shall mean a member bank of the board of governors of the people ain't government. God damn it. Study. Pass through, like passport, digital dollar wallet. They got a passport digital dollar wallet. And what does it mean? The term pass through digital dollar wallet means a digital wallet or account maintained by a member bank on behalf, here we go with that again, of a qualified individual. What does that mean? Because that don't mean natural person. Where such qualified individual is entitled to a pro rata share of a pool reserve. Oh, you sound like you're part of the company. That means member bank maintains at any Federal Reserve Bank. Oh, no. I don't like that. That sound like you member the company, Five. What's good with you, Five? Qualified individual defined. The term qualified individual means any individual other than any non-resident alien individual. Whoa. Do you know what that means, Morris? Not only do they say shout for bloody murder if it's unconstitutional, they say you can't be a qualified individual because of your status. Non-resident, because we domicile, alien to the United States corpse. And we a nation. We ain't no individual. We a nation. So we cut that part out. But we know what it means. This all we need. What? We know what it means. I know I'm not that, but I know what it means. Look at how they're going to pimp them. Payments. Qualified on the first day of the month, beginning after that. It's like I'm reading something from like Hustlers, bro. Declared on March 13th, so they already got it. The one part. Bureau of Labor within 2 points. Let's see what they're doing with that. 3 months average of the national unemployment rate has declined for 2 consecutive months. Dealing with what? That pandemic, fake pandemic, right? So now, all that work that so-called Trump did, raising the unemployment rate lowering the unemployment rate for the African Americans, they castigate that by, this so-called thing being enacted and people losing their jobs. But it's all fair in the stage of X. In general, qualified individual and amount monthly payment. So it's going to be for qualified individuals 18 or older, $2,000. For qualified individuals under 18, $1,000. Income limitation, right? The amount of the payment under the subject grant shall be produced, but not below 0.5% of much of this adjusted. If they exceed 75, the Secretary of the Treasury, shall adjust such amounts of. So they got the Secretary doing the dirty laundry for these people, the Federal Reserve. So this is crazy. This is crazy, Morris. Do understand what this thing means and what it don't mean. Do understand this part right here? Qualified individual, non-resident alien, right? Understand before they even get into all the subjugation is held to be unconstitutional. You better scream bloody murder. Any person, we know what that means, or circumstances. So it could be a natural person because it's different circumstances for the person, or so-called, right? Let's get out of here. Updates of the pandemic influenza. Okay, right, get out of here. So Morris, that's all I wanted to show y'all. So if we return back to our matrix, I'd like to thank y'all for that little presentation. Go do some studying because I am about to go do some studying. So peace and love, Morris. I will holler at y'all on the flippity flip side. Islam. Look at this guy here. Look at my guy. Yeah, Turk, all just he got his tassel hanging from his chest. What are you doing there, man? Red and green. Only in Morocco can you see this. We on it. Easy. Oh, what's up, brother? Now listen here. Oh, where is he at? Oh, yeah. Good little guy. He's beautiful. Look at it. Look. Oh, yeah.